That's right, it's the Zeldathon show here on Wednesday evening. I'm your host, SuperMCGamer, as always. I hope you're all doing well because it is November 5th and we're all here doing well, I hope, at home. I'm wearing my Zeldathon Wild shirt in honor of Zeldathon Wild, and also it was the nearest Zeldathon related shirt when I realized I wasn't wearing a Zeldathon shirt before starting this. We're 41 days until Zeldathon Mission. I hope you're all excited for that. The trailer just released, the brand new Zeldathon mission trailer, because we didn't have a Zeldathon mission trailer. It was revealed inside one of my normal live streams with just like a logo, and it was like, all right, good hype. But we got the trailer out there and introduced the big new feature, of course, is missions, as per the name of the marathon. And if you have any questions about those missions, if you have already watched the trailer and you want to ask questions of us, you can ask me, or also our two guests. You can ask us at Zeldathon.net/ask, and our good friend Jamie will get them all organized, and we'll answer those questions on later tonight. We have a special video premiere for you coming up tonight, and as always, lots of questions and fun interviews with our two guests who we're going to bring in right now. It's Mojo and Ganon11. Hello, hello.
What's up?
Hi.
And these two folks, they're doing wonderful tonight. Am I right?
Very good. Very
It's
tired.
warm.
Very good, though.
It's warm?
It's warm for some reason, Mojo. I don't know why.
I can't imagine why.
No, it's been getting cold up where I live. It's been getting real cold. Like, so this has been my first winter in Virginia, so I don't know when to expect snow, and I hear there's not as much as where I lived in Pennsylvania. So
Probably not.
probably not.
I grew up in Maryland, and we'd get snow in December if you're lucky, and then like January and February. By March, it would start clearing up.
In honor of
It was
OC's
77
resub,
degrees today, and that's cold.
thank you. Mojo, what was the previous shirt you were just wearing a second ago?
My Twitch, purple, my favorite color.
Good.
It's a good color.
It is a great color.
And what's the temperature like where you're at, Ganon?
Cold.
Cold.
It was about 10 degrees Celsius today, and
Celsius? Yeah. Do you commonly measure in Celsius?
This isn't one of your questions on this outline here, but
I'm sorry.
But, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna put in for all future things. Guest interview in parentheses after that.
Fahrenheit or Celsius.
Light banter. There we go.
Light banter. There we go. Yeah, purely because I'm a giant nerd. I'm trying to get better at thinking in Celsius and thinking in metric units.
I mean, it's a good thing to have because literally America's the only one that doesn't do that.
Frankly, it's not going well.
Isn't like
Then it was 26 for
Madagascar
me.
still an imperial as well or something? Like some weird country like out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mojo, why
If
don't you know
only-
this?
Why don't I? Because I haven't checked the repository of all human knowledge for it.
Oh, your cell phone.
I haven't Googled the answer.
That's a nice no you sticker there.
How
I
many
know,
centimeters tall is Ganon? Jax Purdy, submit that to the question doc, and maybe we'll find
How
out
many-
later.
181-ish?
I was gonna guess about 180.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. I didn't wait until the question section.
I think I'm 170. So
Typical
168.
Ganon ruining everything Zelda related.
Unbelievable.
So speaking of that, why don't we get started? So this is your first time on the show, Ganon11.
Yeah.
And we got to get the
Excuse me.
info about you. We got to know more about you because you've not been on here before, but you were at Zeldathon Wild. So first
true.
off, do you want to give us your name origin? I mean, we can kind of figure out one part of it, but you can give us more info.
So I mean, I guess it's not a terribly impressive story, but when I was around 11 or 12 or 13, I don't remember the exact age, my family got a Nintendo 64, and we eventually got Ocarina of Time, and we played through all the bosses, the entire game, and all the bosses, have the subtitles like Goma's the armored parasite or, so on. But when you get to Ganon needs no subtitle. Ganon is just
Ganon and the big block letters, yeah.
And like 13-year-old me thought that's pretty cool.
Right.
And honestly, 28-year-old me thinks that's pretty cool. So that's where Ganon came from. And then 11 is because my birth date is the 11th of a month.
Oh,
so
I
Ganon 11. There you go.
Boom. There you go.
I think I may have known that's why the 11 was there. I mean, barring all the jokes that you make about the other 10 Ganons that suck and you're the best.
I mean, it's because it's also true.
Right, of course.
Multiple things.
That's retconned, actually. So
retconned.
I can't wait till we actually get a Ganon 12 into Zeldathon, and like I can already imagine the wonderful storyline we can build up that ends with like the end of a marathon. It's just you two wrestling on the camera as we start the awards ceremony.
Perfect.
and we'll get the big block lettering that says Ganon, but it'll be
Ganon.
Ganon's.
That's my title. No, that's my title. But for perfect like sitcom resolution, we'd end up being best friends. We'd get along like completely fine off camera.
Of course.
Exactly.
We just play it up for the show.
As most things are with Zeldathon. Like a lot of people think I actually did not want the ball pit. I thought it was a pretty funny idea. I'm sorry for spoiling the whole universe to all you, but
my immersion.
Mojo, did we talk about your name origin when you were on the show? When I talked about this to you earlier today, you were on right before Cures. So
I was on before Cures, and honestly, three things I remember about that is I was knitting a link hat, which I intentionally am not knitting a link hat today. Mm-hmm. My Christmas tree was in the background, obscured by my Abra art.
Yes,
and that Grumpy Gus was there for like the first 10 seconds because it was right before bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
So
the answer, name origin. Did we ask that? I don't think so.
I don't know. In case we haven't talked about it, I'm happy to. It's so just droll, though. It is a nickname that my parents gave to me, and I got it well before the 90s because I'm from before the 90s, and so Austin Powers wasn't a thing. So having Mojo as my nickname in high school was potentially problematic and made for additionally extra socially awkward moments because I was still like a huge science and band and drama nerd and not cool in any stretch of the imagination.
Did you at least watch Austin Powers so you got the references?
I have seen at least 2 Austin Power movies in their entirety.
Okay, then that's a good 2/3. You're already there.
I may have seen the third one. Mm-hmm. They're hours of my life I will never get back.
Oh,
high praise indeed.
And so your name I think may be the earliest name origin that we've. Okay, except for the people whose usernames are their actual names, I think you might be the earliest origin.
It is a derivation of my actual name. It is a diminution of my actual name, and the
Mojika,
Man,
as we all know.
Exactly. And the Moj Man is just because I had to add extra letters to it in order to use it when I was in college. And so I just kept adding letters until I got something that worked.
We need an M and an A. We need 2 N's. And that's enough. There we go.
And there we go. We got Mojman.
It was almost MOJMANNE. But thankfully I didn't have to add on because I wanted it to be as short as possible too.
Right. So let's talk to Ganon11 again, since this is his first show. We gotta get all the info from him. The usual question we ask is, how did you find Zeldathon? How did you discover this dementedly fun community?
Okay, you're gonna have to help me with this one because I honestly don't remember the year. I remember the name.
Yeah.
I remember my first Zeldathon I watched was Zeldathon Relief.
Okay, that's 2014, I believe.
That sounds right. So
I think that was winter 14 for direct.
Yeah, winter 2014 for
appropriate shirt mojo. So it was winter 2014. It was right after Christmas. I had come home and sort of had the week in between Christmas and New Year's, and then the first couple of days after New Year's off of work. So I was doing my staycation thing. I was on Facebook. I saw some Zelda fan site that I have liked that I
Dungeon or Universe, something like that.
Might have been Zelda Dungeon, might have been Zelda Universe. And they said, here are a bunch of nerds, and they're playing all the Zelda games, and they're raising money for charity. And I said, nerds, Zelda game, charity, these are 3 things that I like. So I tuned in. I started watching. I remember... Gosh, what do I remember?
Yeah, what was like? What are the memories and like things that come back to you?
I remember being really obsessed with trying to get palindromes. I remember like instantaneously joining Team
early
Palindrome.
Inside, like people wanting to do palindromes. Palindromes were only like Adventure and Relief, like is where they came from, I think. So
yeah,
that makes sense.
I remember not entirely understanding because I would say like, hey, whoa, I donated, $11.11. My donation is a palindrome. Why don't I get the Team Palindrome thing? And just like not conceptually understanding everything. I remember having no idea what Don't Get Blasted was all about because I missed the beginning.
Do you know it now?
I do know it now.
Okay.
Yes, I do understand it now. I've learned the lore. Now you're learning the Ganon11 lore. But honestly, I just remember, these are a bunch of nerds. They seem like fun people. They seem like my kind of nerds. and they're raising money for charity. They're raising money for direct relief. Every time they talked about direct relief, I was like, that seems like a really good cause. And it just sort of hit all the buttons that said, like, I want to be a part of this. Then I promptly forgot you guys existed.
Did you not watch Deluxe?
The
Did you not
following
watch
summer.
Deluxe?
No, I did watch Deluxe. The
Okay.
entire time in between there, it just like it passed from my mind.
There was no Zeldathon community. It was
It
Zeldathon
didn't.
Relief, and then Zeldathon Deluxe
Yeah.
magically reappeared, which is I think how it is for a lot of people. I mean, we have a good community here now, but like we have probably like maybe 100 average folks here right now compared to the 5,000-6,000 viewers that we have during the marathons.
Right. But once Deluxe hit, I could watch that from the beginning. I remember watching that many a days at work, probably, to be honest, more often than I should have at work. And I would come home and I would watch more Zeldathon. And at that point, I think I was in. That's when I started, watching people's Twitch. I started watching Shadow a lot.
Right.
Shadow Temple. Shoutouts to Shadow Temple.
Was Shadow somebody like you initially you remember it's hard to remember now that you've met everybody, but like was there anybody like that you remember like the name of like from when you like watched Relief, for example, that was like in your brain as like this person is from Zeldathon? I don't know if that makes sense. Like somebody like I know last week we were told like Zach was super memorable to them.
Yeah, Zach, aka Bushel, or aka Chewy Goodness, I think that's his moniker now.
Yeah.
Was very memorable. Marissa was memorable. Shadow was memorable. You were memorable. I remember Zelda Queen. Who else? Basically like anyone that was at Relief, I would now obviously recognize. I remember, but right after Deluxe, when I really started like just diving in and watching a ton of Twitch, it was a lot of Shadow Temple, it's a lot of Snarfy, it was a lot of you. Those I think were the first big three that I started watching, and now I try and watch anyone whenever anyone's on.
Because you're now one of us. But Mojo,
one of us.
I don't remember what your first marathon was, because I know we definitely talked about this last year, but now I have completely forgotten a year later. So
perfect. I couldn't remember for sure, but fortunately, very recently, there was a VOD that was produced, not a live stream, a VOD, where every single trailer was played sequentially, and I was able to go, that's not familiar, that's not familiar, that's not familiar, that's not familiar. Is it really Zeldathon Lives? That was my first marathon. Zeldathon Lives, as I recall, is the one where we reached $50,000. MC had long hair that got blue and then got cut. And Zach wore a sweater vest every single time he was on camera.
Correct.
And MC broke his leg.
Correct.
Like that, and Abby the Babby. Like those were all the things. And I was like, was that marathon, or maybe did I see the marathon before that for like a hot second? But definitely it was Lives. Lives was my first marathon. And then like Ganon, I disavowed all knowledge of Zeldathon between productions, and then it came around again another time. I was like, oh yeah, I remember we watched some of this. This is pretty funny. Let me donate $29.92 so Wilco doesn't get to spin the wheel. It'll be great. And then like,
I know exactly what you're talking about, because that must have been Adventure you were talking about right there, because Wilco loved spinning the wheel at Adventure. He was obsessed with it, and eventually
every opportunity he got. And so I would donate palindromes right below $30 in order to troll him. And he would be so heartbroken every single time. And then I think it was Zeldathon Relief was the first one, because I was on maternity leave. I was home with my newborn, and we watched, and it was the first time that I did the survey, because I had seen at least part of every single game that was played, because I was up 24/7.
Right.
I was up around the clock, and every time he was up, I would just pop on the TV and I would watch. And I remember that I kept sending messages to Carrie Lynn, so that we could drink tea together, and I think probably she thought I was a super creeper.
I don't want to say that tea was what got you into Zeldathon, but a lot of it was. I think that tea cemented a lot of your friendships with like the team that like got those relationships fostered.
I mean, I showed up my very first marathon in person with tea party materials, and I have come to the next 4 marathons. I brought stuff to have a tea party, and it still has not happened.
We need to make sure that happens. We need to get the tea party.
Do
we have the tea party on couch? Like we bring a doily to put on couch?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We have a tea set. I bought a metal tea set and put it in their props.
Well, now we need a doily for the couch for tea party. Can we?
If only you knew someone who could craft with yarn. If only you knew what doily.
I thought the first day was Wednesday.
Yeah, no, Onesie Wednesday is the first day of the marathon. So Fancy Friday is on the 29th. That'd be a great day to do a tea party. So,
that would be phenomenal.
So you need to make sure you force that into the event schedule somehow.
Let me pull it up on another tab. Whenever you're talking to Ganon, I will update the events calendar.
You do that, and I will talk to Ganon11. Ganon11.
Talk to me.
So now we're going to talk about how you did get involved with the team. How did you go from guy watching Relief, forgetting about us, to then watching Deluxe, and then what happened that all of a sudden you were invited to come and stay in our hotel that we trusted you to not kill us?
Well, yeah, we'll see if that trust is misplaced or not.
You are Ganon.
I haven't killed you yet. Gosh, I'm not a creeper, I swear. Probably the thing that sticks out in my mind, and you'll know more of the details. You're the one that invited me. I'm just the fanboy that kept showing up. Yeah. But the first thing that stands out in my mind is Magfest, not 2017, but Magfest 2016.
Right.
Because I was watching, I think your streams, and you were talking about how you were very excited to go to Magfest after Zeldathon, and I was like, well, what is Magfest? Music, gaming, more of these like hitting on all buttons, hitting on all chords or whatever. Right. It's like, this is a thing that I want to go to. There's going to be a big Zeldathon meetup. So I remember going to Magfest. I remember the first day I got there, the first morning, I was riding up an escalator and I saw you and Liz in a group of people, and I said, "Hi, MC, it's Ganon11." And you turned around and just sort of watched me going up this escalator and was like, "Hi."
Well, it was a very weird experience. Like, so I think I remember that I knew that you were going to be there. Like, you said something as I chat or something at the point, so I kind of knew you were going to be there. But I remember seeing like, "Hey, I'm Ganon11," and I'm like, "Hello?" And you were just gone. You were gone and out of here, and so I didn't have a chance.
The spirit. So I remember. Now you'll get the real Ganon lore, the real Ganon inside scoop. I remember being very, very nervous.
Yes.
Because I am 28 years old. I am an adult. Apparently, I act well because I seem to exude confidence, but I am nervous. I am shy. I am an introvert. So I was like really, really fanboying out. I was like, these are my heroes.
It's Zeldathon.
It's Zeldathon. It's the Zeldathon team. So I remember I was running around in merch room.
Here we go. And here
one
we
of the next days.
This is this is the highlight of my life. Please tell
me. The highlight of your life.
Yes.
I'm running around merch room. I'm wearing one of the Zeldathon shirts, the Triforce with the what's their name? The Loft Wings. There we go.
Yes, the
Triforce with the Loft Wings shirt. I remember
seeing you in that shirt too. That's also a great shirt.
And I see Jiggy11 walking around merch room with the camera. And he turns to me, spots the shirt, and says, "Yo, that's a nice shirt." He's going around the merch room doing the like candid interviews with people talking about Zelda. I should have checked
if I had that footage of this happening, because I don't know if he was recording at the time. While you talk, I'm going to try to dig into Magfest footage. So go ahead.
I mean, he was recording when he actually got up next to me. It was like, "Yo, nice shirt," and I was like, this is kind of surreal. Play it cool. I'm like, "Hey, I know you, and you know me. I'm Ganon11." Mm-hmm. And he says, "Oh, Ganon11!" And Jiggy's so used to seeing me in his stream that he immediately turns to me and says, "Ganon11, welcome to the stream!" As he's physically right next to me, pointing the camera.
And I was so mad at him. I was like, "How dare you say, welcome to this?" Like, once you told me the story, I was like so mad because you told me it shortly after, which I know you're gonna go into, right. And you came up to me and you're like, Jiggy just welcomed me to his stream, and I'm like, what?
I felt very welcome in his stream. You have that footage too, because you were still recording as I stood around in the circle. Jiggy basically grabbed me by the arm and was like, "Come on, you got to meet the rest of the guys," and dragged me over to that circle. And I started talking with you guys and hanging out, and again, externally play it cool, be calm, internally, and at one point you said like, "Hey, we're gonna head back up to our suite. Do you want to come hang out?" And I know you're gonna be you're still upset with me for this moment
because he said no.
Because I said no. Because
you potatoed on him. You awkward potatoed.
Because I was like, because I was looking at myself, and I I am my own worst enemy. I'm sure no one can relate to this, but I was thinking, look, you're the fanboy who's just sort of invited himself. You don't want to make things too awkward. You don't want to like push yourself into their presence. So you know what? Just play it cool and be like, no, okay, I'll give you your space. And I said, no thanks. I'm gonna stay down here and like go watch the Metroid games being played, because that was the year that Magfest was Metroid themed.
Right.
And I walked away. And I didn't come up to this
away,
week.
which I still am very mad at you about, because a little kind of tiny thing. I wanna bring you all in on a little bit of lore. If we invite you up to our hotel room, like we will say, like, hey, we want to hang out. You want to come up to our room with us? Do you know what you say? You say yes, because this is our low-key way of saying, do you want the chance of like us getting to judge you better because we think you might be cool for Zeldathon? And we don't try to advertise.
Would you like it? Would you like a live interview?
Yeah, it's essentially
down low.
But we don't want to be okay. I have an announcement.
Announcement.
I think I have the clip.
Excellent.
So you won't be able to see it, but everybody else at home will be able to hear it and see it. So 1 second here, just stay quiet. I won't mute you, but here we go. Let's see if this works.
I'm literally just running around right now. Like, I can't find MC. Yo, nice shirt. What's up? Hello. How are you?
You don't know it, but you know me.
I don't know it, but I know you.
I'm Ganon11.
Yo, Ganon11 in the house. This is MC's camera, and I'm just
It's
running.
way better than any camera that I have. How's it going?
It's going good, bro. I don't know where anyone is, but
Oh, neither do I.
yeah, yeah, and I know the meeting's at 10, but
Yeah.
I've literally just been running around talking to people and making cosplayers do fun things. So, how are you?
I'm good. I'm having a blast.
Cool.
Yeah, the only reason I'm here is because you guys were gonna have a
I'm
meetup,
so sorry.
and I'm having a blast.
Dude, Ganon11, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I'm sorry, okay? You know how sad that makes me that I just said welcome to the stream?
You know, it is what it is.
But it's like force of habit, bro.
and there we go. There's your little clip where
There. That's my origin story.
there's your
video
origin story.
content.
We have found it. It in real time. Shout outs to my organizational
That
file
was
structure.
fast.
Yeah, my file structure is on point. I sorted by I went to my Magfest folder and I sorted by length because I knew Jiggy like recorded for like 10 minutes. So good.
Perfect.
Nice.
So that was the first Magfest I went to. The second Magfest I went to earlier this year, I remember basically, so I flipped my mental attitude on its head. The first year I was like, let them come to you, let them invite you, and try and
They did.
back off.
You
They
declined.
did, and I said no. So the second time I was like, no, I'm going after them. I'm finding them wherever they are. I'm chasing them down.
Okay. So everybody, don't do this.
Don't do that.
But anyways, continue.
And then eventually, there was one night where I think you or Shadow or someone extended the invitation, like, "Hey, going up to the suite, hang out with us." And I said, "Yes."
Correct.
And I did, and I hung
Correct.
out. There were a lot of people in that suite.
Yes.
And I remember later that night we went and saw the Super Soul Brothers,
Correct.
which I thought were dang cool.
Okay, another pro tip to get a Zeldathon invite. To talk to me at Super Soul Bros. I think this is the third person who said that they've hung out with me at Super Soul Bros at Magfest. Anyways, continue.
I hadn't heard of them before that Magfest, and by the end of their Magfest, I was like, I'm the biggest fan. I want all of your albums.
Yes.
I want to subscribe to your blog. And so, that was the Magfest before Zeldathon Wild, and I guess the rest
there you
is
go.
now
You got
history.
invited to Zeldathon Wild.
And there I was.
You did it. You said yes to come up to the suite.
I said yes.
And when we got to talk to you in the suite, we determined you're mature. You're not super scary.
I am?
Yeah.
Did you tell my parents that?
Yes, you are. I mean, look at you. You look like a well-adjusted individual. You got a cat tree. Nobody weird has a cat tree. This is a fact.
Fact. Absolute fact.
Okay.
So
With a
Mojo,
moderate number of cats.
I want to shift gears. What was your first event like? So like when your first event was Hope.
Yes.
Hope.
Zeldathon Hope. We attended, which I swear we tried to basically invite ourselves, but you were kind of already down with it.
Yeah.
I was like, because I have family very geographically co-located to where the event was being held.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm already going to be in the right state. I'm going to have a car. It's super convenient. We would love to come. It's, we really like Zeldathon. We've gotten more interested in it. I haven't forgotten about it every 6 months now. Like
mm-hmm.
we were watching you because you were speedrunning Link Between Worlds at the time. And so we would hang out in your chat. And we really did kind of like offer to be available to be invited.
Well, the thing is, I remember, and a little tidbit for you. I remember going to Pause because I know that you were close to them, like Pause and Andrea, and I remember being like, do you know Mojo and Falcon? What is your thoughts? And he was like, yes, they're great people, and so I was like, okay. So I don't know if you knew that Pause was your vetting that got you in. I think, but I think he.
I was like, Jaren knows us.
Jaren as well.
We knew Jaren from PlayOnCon.
Yeah.
We met you for 10 seconds at a Minecraft meetup.
I don't remember
us.
that. I definitely don't remember that. I don't remember anything.
We were in a signing line, and you signed something for us, and you said, "Do I have to write? Like, can I write anything?" And you said something about Gaspra, which I didn't know that reference, and I feel like I probably didn't know that reference the first couple times I sat on the Zelda's Adventure couch, which just goes to show that you can learn something even in your twilight years, like me. You can learn new things every day. And now I know who Gaspra is for sure.
But now everybody knows you. Well, not everybody, but many people know you as Aunt Zeldathon. Now we have Zeldathon Mom. Zeldathon Mom's lived forever. Liz has been our mom, and she's the queen. She's the mom. But how did we get an aunt? How did this family tree spark this?
Kind of, you tell me a little bit, but I have some theories. I believe that was my award that I received at the end of Hope. No, it wasn't. No. I was #Team Fixer. So I'm maternal by nature.
I'm checking the lore. Keep talking.
It's #Team Fixer. You gave me Aunt Zeldathon at Recovery.
Yes.
The Zeldathon Historia.
But how did you get this name? Because I don't think I came up with it.
I'm not sure exactly, but I knew, like, I can't mom this group. This group already has an established mom there's territory here. Like, I'm not going to try and like usurp her Zeldathon mom authority, but I'm happy to be another outlet. And so as an aunt, you get to be that person that people can come and talk to, like your resident assistant in college, except without the punitive components. And I had a car that I was willing to go pick people up. And just like anytime anybody was like, oh, I need this, oh, I need that. You said that like anytime somebody had a situation, if I heard about it, there was no longer a problem. Like, okay,
you did do that. I remember it was especially prominent at like Hope and Recovery. And also I checked your award laureates. Team Fixers, and then Aunt Zeldathon at Recovery,
and then
best cosplay, and then of course at Wild,
and then least likely to wear street clothes.
Correct. Yes, you got it right.
Yes. Yeah. So just kind of that's my nature. I'm a helpful person. I get to be helpful in a lot of different ways, whether it's being available, whether it's fixing things. And I showed up to Hope. So help me. I showed up to Hope with those hats like I was going to make it a thing. Like I was trying to make fetch happen. And I showed up with like 30 Link hats. And I tried to have enough made for everybody who was running a game. And I, watching the trailer footage for the next marathon, just like how many hats were peppered over the entire trailer. It just made me so warm to think that. And now, since then, I've made probably 200 of those hats.
You made it a thing.
There's no end in sight. There is definitely no end in sight.
No, there's not. I have a whole bag next to me of yarn that is destined to be link hatted.
Ganon11 does too. He's going to grab it. No, he does have the hat. I thought he was going to grab the giant bag of hats that he was making. Ganon11 was coming for you. He's like, it's Uncle Zeldathon time.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, now my goal is to become Aunt every marathon I'm involved with in any sort of way. So I'm like kind of trying to get to be Aunt Pokeathon somehow. I'm not sure how. But since I know about Pokeathon now, I want to try and be Aunt Pokeathon. I just want to become like Umbrella Aunt Marathon. So I'm coming for you, Metroid Marathon.
And it's Metroid Marathon.
Yes.
So yeah, no, that's pretty accurate because I remember just like, you know,
Scarves have really helped that, says Hebra.
Mojo has just always wanted to help out, and I was like, you know, and everybody at Zeldathon does. Like, I mean, everybody helps out, and many people help out inside the same capacity as Mojo. So in many ways, everybody could be at Zeldathon, but the monkeyer came out of nowhere. And also, I hate the term monkeyer now that I say it out loud. But I'm going to continue on with my life and ask Ganon11 a question about Zeldathon Wild, your first event.
Wild.
How was it? What were your thoughts on it? Because Zeldathon Wild was a weird marathon to come into because we had a lot of technical issues. I think Wild was very much an outlier in terms of Zeldathons. It was still enjoyable. We saw a lot of great moments, but it was still an outlier in some ways.
Yeah. Honestly, the first thing I remember about Zeldathon Wild is being exhausted. And that's no fault of the marathon. That is the fault of 2 sets of my friends deciding they wanted to be married in Bali the week before.
Oh, yeah,
so
I remember that.
I was traveling internationally. The Monday that the marathon started, I was flying in my last 2 flights of a 4-flight day, which was just a nightmare to get there. So I remember showing up, sort of saying hi to people, and then collapsing and just falling asleep. Because of that, I remember being on night crew a lot. Night crew.
And I appreciated it.
Remember being thrown into the deep end on a lot of things, like doing audio station. You know, I've never touched a sound mixer in my life, and by the end, I felt like, well, I know which sliders adjust which things, and I know which things I like more than. Yeah. So anyway. So I remember being tired. I remember being very tired. I remember one day I decided I have to go to work after this marathon is over, so I'm going to press the hard reset button on my sleep schedule. And the way you do that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, is you stay up for as late as you can, as long as you can, and you just go to sleep, after you stay up as long as possible, close to a reasonable amount of time, which meant that Ganon11 was up for 24, 25, 26 hours in the middle of the marathon. Which leads me to my other memory, the Nintendo Rectangle.
Yes, talk to me about the Nintendo Rectangle, because that was your thing, right? That was your originated from you.
So I didn't invent it.
Okay.
That's a nice chest is his thing.
That's a nice chest is a little bit my thing. That's more a thing from Shadow's chat that then I took and hit the ground running.
Okay.
But the Nintendo Rectangle, someone else, I believe it was actually Samantha, maybe someone else, said, the Nintendo Rectangle off screen, and I was like, oh, that's funny because it's like the GameCube and then the Rectangle.
Right.
But then, 24 hours awake, Ganon was like, hey, it's time to talk about prizes. Let's be silly. The Nintendo Rectangle. And it blew up from there. And I think it got less funny each time I brought it up and hammered it into the ground after that. But it was pretty funny the first time. Not to pat myself on the back. But...
And everybody in chat was excited about it. I mean,
and that's just sleep deprivation. See, guys, stay up for 24 hours. You become a much funnier version of yourself. What else? That's a nice chest.
Any big memories? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's a nice chest. Was another thing that I think I took and drove into the ground. I don't know.
That's gonna stick though. I feel like that's gonna persist at least a little bit.
I feel like it would be great for That's a Nice Chest to exist, but it can't be every time we get a chest like a $50 chest. I only want to hear That's a Nice Chest if the big 1K boy, the big boy comes in and lands. That's when I think we should hear. I think that the term nice has become it's an average chest. I mean, all
it's
chests.
A little
what
watered
about
down.
The white one? What about that 500?
over
the highly
1,000?
tiered, the 500, yeah.
That's a nice chest.
I mean, they're all nice chests, but we got to draw a line, or else we're going to hear it too much, and then it will lose its meaning. I feel like,
but the more tired you are, the funnier it will be.
We remembered our lessons. Smarter every day.
What Mojo's saying is we should all stay up 30 hours.
Don't do this.
I did 28 one of the days. It was I should go to sleep. Hang on, there's nobody on donations. Hang on, there's nobody on couch. Hang on, I have a cosplay for this game. Hang on. No, I really, really should probably get some sleep.
Yeah. There was a lot of sleep deprivation at Wild. I'm hoping there's less sleep deprivation at Mission.
So I will say the last thing I remember to end my little trip down memory lane on a nice note is I remember basically at no point feeling like an outsider or feeling like someone that was new to the. I mean, I felt like I was new to the team, but no one like singled me out or made me stand out or made me feel uncomfortable. I felt incredibly welcomed from the moment I stepped in, sleep deprived and travel weary, into the marathon room.
Well, I hope you're ready for your second marathon, Ganon, because
let's go.
Now that you've had your first marathon, where I do purposely try to avoid like pushing too many of the first timers like in too hard. But now that you've been there one time, I have no problem being like, Ganon11, you need to sit on tech station for 5 hours, okay?
Let's go.
I'll be back.
Let me get some water and I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is a very Zeldathon thing. It's like MC asks you to do something for like 5 hours, and you say, "Let me go fill my water bottle first." There's so many times I've heard, "Let me go fill my water bottle first." That I'm actually now just thinking that is actually like a low key like tagline for a lot of people. Let me go fill my water bottle. Anyways, Mojo, looking forward.
Yes.
Zeldathon mission. What are you hyped for? What are you looking forward to?
We officially are going to be there. I have my work days off approved. We have flights. I am looking forward to a ton of things. One of those is that we get to have Uncle OC come to my house right beforehand, and he'll travel with us. He has, as much as like you all are my family, OC definitely, there are a few. I mean, Doug, obviously. Yeah. But OC has definitely kind of just like stepped up and become just a wonderful all-around member of our day-to-day life. We interact with OC constantly and regularly, and he's just a wonderful friend. And getting to kind of steal some of our own OC time concurrent with the marathon is super nice. So I'm looking forward to that. I imagine that there will be more cosplays that are new.
Working on anything in particular, or you want to keep it all under wraps?
If I told you, where would the fun be in that? But I will tell you that I am coordinating cosplays for more than just myself.
Oh, good. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anybody else who's interested in doing cosplay for this marathon, it's cutting it a little close. But I'm happy to help. I apparently have become an amateur costume designer in my spare time as well. But
that's another story, actually.
That's true. That's that, and I picked Ganon up at the airport for Wild in my first Zelda Breath of the Wild action adventure outfit.
Oh, you did?
Airport. I was totally Zelda, and I captured Ganon and put him in the trunk of my car. Brought him to the marathon.
Perfect.
Quite the reversal, actually.
Actually, it was delightful. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to be the one who's in a nerd. Yeah, you'll know me when you see me in the car.
So Ganon, anything you're looking forward to? Any like events? Anything in particular? Everybody's always looking forward to seeing friends. That's the classic answer. Anything you're hyped for? You got going on?
There's one event that we were planning to do for Wild that I was going to be involved in that never actually got to happen.
Was that Family Feud?
That was Family Feud, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So if we're doing that again, I'm hyped for that because I'm ready to get my Steve Harvey on. You can't say that on TV.
Wait, were you gonna host, or?
I think I was scheduled to be the host. Yeah.
Well, you have to work it out with Trina, because now Trina's coming back, and Trina's are usually Family Feud host. Maybe we can have a dual hosting game right there.
We'll figure it out.
You can retire Samantha and hold up the board.
Ooh. I mean, I don't want to take anyone's place. People have established positions. That's their position. They can do that. Other things that, I'm just looking forward to, honestly, to get a little sappy, my New Year's have been kind of lonely for the past several years. So I'm really looking forward to spending it with a lot of good friends.
And will you have
time?
I'm gonna tease you all. We've been working on the Zeldathon game schedule. The attendees are starting to we're trying to nail down some times here. And does New Year's Eve look like it's gonna be a hoot. It's gonna be New Year's Day. It's gonna be a hoot. So look forward to that.
Excellent.
One.
So yeah, beyond that, just super excited in general.
Good.
Well, Ganon, I'm so sorry that my mom won't be there this time.
Oh no.
I know.
I did enjoy meeting your mother.
What?
She enjoyed meeting you. Oh my goodness.
Meeting. I thought you said
Meeting.
feeding. I was like, at
Whoa!
what? Like,
Whoa! Wait!
I'm not actually a villain. I just play
I
one on
know.
TV.
Okay, I thought you were like. I was like, was Nana coming into game room and playing Guitar Hero? I
The
didn't. I
Osu,
missed it.
whatever. Yeah.
I had to show her what's up.
Well, good. Everybody at home, it is time now for our video premiere. So everybody, the two guests, you guys can chill out. Got about 13-minute video for you. It's a long one, but this one that I edited personally, and it's a good one. It's a pretty sick one. This is an event that happened off screen for the most part. There was a little bit that was on screen, including the introduction and the ending. But this is unseen footage for everybody at home, and it took a long while to edit because it's a triple camera massacre going on here. It's a scavenger hunt. This is the sword quest. That is correct, Stone Money. This is the race for the Master Sword. Enjoy, and we'll be back in about 13 minutes. Please enjoy. Members of Team Power, Wisdom and Courage, I come bearing bad news. The Master Sword is in danger.
Where is it?
It is hidden somewhere in the Space Station Hotel.
Oh God.
To recover the sword, you will need to collect 3 spiritual stones. Work with your team to recover the sword, and you shall be awarded sacred points. Now, here's what you must do. As a team, organized amongst yourselves. In the back, you have 3 cameramen. Power has Dyer, Wisdom has Grant, and Courage has Xanadu. You must go now and speak to those bearing the mark of the Sheikah. They will lead you to victory. Good luck.
We need to find somebody wearing. I know Chris does.
Here, I found the master.
Go find them. All right, follow me then. Go find. All right, we're going. Oh Jesus, y'all gonna be ready? I just ate. Thank God.
Stone sleeves where the Stark prays. Everybody's like pointing cameras at me, man. Up in my way. What did you say? Praise. That way.
Where's Courage?
No one.
What am I doing?
Hi.
You need the cameraman.
Where the Starks praise.
The fish? I don't know what it is.
Yeah, maybe praise the fish. Oh wow, she's on.
Praise the fish. Oh. Wait, hold on. I need to say keep placing on. Okay.
Okay.
Quest.
A stone sleeps where the Stark prays. Stark? Yeah. Iron Man?
Stark naked. Praise the fish.
I don't know, man. I don't know what a
Game of Thrones?
Is that a bird?
Starks prey in a forest.
Forest.
They pray to the old gods.
Is there a forest?
I don't know.
Hi, did you get the next one?
Yes, I did.
Yeah?
The stone lies where the contract is repeated.
All right, where are we going?
Completed. I don't know what these mean yet.
I have an idea.
So we're
Technically on power.
Yes. So we have
Business center, maybe.
for the car. We have and where the contract is.
Hello.
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 Okay. Courage.
That is so part of it. I think we need to hold on.
Is this something though?
Damn it. Bible? Bible?
None shall pass.
Where's the bird?
Starks prey to trees. What?
Stork or Stark?
I don't think there's a law.
Down in the future is the laundry room. Where is that?
The laundry room?
Yes, the laundry
Actually,
room.
I actually need to find that for actual laundry at some point.
I'm beginning to doubt this right now.
Where are we going? I'm gonna ask Pop-Tart again. Hey, wait. Tell me one more time.
Hey guys, I'm just looking at my phone. A stone sleeps where the Stark
A
prays.
stone sleeps.
We're sneaky. Give to me last one.
Hey.
Numbers where the contract is completed.
The contract is completed. The desk.
I don't know.
What's your thoughts on what are you getting?
Something for a contract to sign. Usually we sign a contract on the front desk.
Okay.
Or gold area. Or business.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Speak your wisdom to me.
A stone rests where the gallons of wisdom are prepared.
Okay.
Or the gallons of future.
Gallons of future.
Gallons of future? Gallons of future?
I don't know what they mean, but I know what they all are.
What was the second one?
So we have where the start prays, where the contract is complete, and where the gallons of the future are prepared. For the what? Gallons of the future. What?
Gallons of the future.
Gallons of the future.
Gallons?
Gallon. Like gallon.
Is completed.
I think it's a contract. It has to be, if it's a contract, it has to be front desk.
Well, let's go.
Does anyone have a map?
No, unfortunately.
If it helps, the other two teams look just as confused.
Usually we sign contracts in a business center. It might be. Where do we go?
There's another thing down there.
No. Guys, the different clues lead to different stones. So one stone is where the Starks pray. One stone is, what was the clue you guys heard there?
Contract.
Oh, I got that one. That was the third one.
The water. The waters of the future.
The water. What was the clue?
What was the other one?
The contract is signed, yeah.
Gowns.
Gowns.
Okay, wedding dresses.
There's also.
Alright. Excuse me for a second. Where?
Actually, right here.
We checked the laundry room, didn't find anything down there. Gowns of the future.
Gowns of the future and where the Stark prays. Those are the two things that we need to know.
Found a pipe wrench.
Oh, good.
What's the Stark? What's the Stark?
We also checked around the coat room. Gowns.
I think you're in the right thought process. You know what a gown is.
Vacation.
All around out here.
Yeah.
Have we tried looking under all of these square things?
But where else could the contract be completed?
Business center.
No? Not allowed?
Or maybe not even. Oh. Now we're on something.
Haha.
Did you find something?
Got courage.
Oh.
Get out for this.
Get out. Come on. Go.
Before they notice.
Do you have a clue?
You have found the master, so
Okay, well, we can't
claim it. You're going to need the 3 sacred stones.
I'll be back. Don't worry.
Or do you sign a contract for a desk, office, Jiggy's office? You have the stone? There's
You
the
have found the master sword. However, to claim it, you're going to need the 3
I
sacred
thought the
stones.
stone was here.
Close, and yet so far.
Forever, you're making PUBG jokes. Really great. Garments of the future. Would that be here? Yeah.
Shield.
We're going to go to school.
Stark, the only place I can think of for Stark would be outside by the pool.
Let's check it.
Go through the back door.
Where the gowns of the future are prepared.
Where are the Mojo sewing kits?
No.
I swear, maybe
Garments of the future. Andy! T-shirts. Where are the T-shirts? Over here? Are these them? There's a whole box of T-shirts down there.
it's open already. If it's open already, it's done. No, it's always open.
Who is it hiding here?
Oh, somebody check the nets.
Does it say Sana? Oh, this.
Where the gowns of the future are.
Let's go! PK, let's go! Let's go, PK, we got it. We got it, let's go.
I can't,
Okay, keep going.
But
What did MC say? I don't know. Okay.
This is Stark. I don't know what you want from me.
Complete sheer.
I'm dead.
You can't believe it's not down.
Ew, it's the competition.
I love you. I love you though. I'm watching you still. So you're a
Wait, was it gowns like what you wear?
Yeah, that's what they said. So.
Or gallons? Because there are gallons of water right here. While we're here, we need some water.
Gowns of the future.
I can't believe this search has brought me outdoors. Is there a tree? There's one tree. There's another tree. I don't have shoes on.
How goes courage?
we're good. I think. Brooke doesn't think so.
What was your clue again?
A stone rests where the gowns of future are prepared.
A stone rests. That's the important part
A
there.
stone rests were the gowns of future? Gowns and what you wear.
G-O-W-N-S.
Okay, gowns. All right, we're 100% on gowns.
Team Wisdom's doing well though, right?
I can't find any.
I can't find our souls anymore. We lost them yesterday.
Where are our other stars?
Watch this. This is my room. This is where I do
Doctor-
stuff.
Is this Professor
Case in
Jones?
point.
There it is.
Yeah, look, it's my receipt.
Found it.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Found one.
Cool.
Okay.
Yes.
Where would people... Have you seen anybody knitting anywhere?
Knitting?
Yeah.
The only person I saw knitting was Mojo, and that she's been all over the place.
Oh, okay.
Did you look in the bushes?
Bush. The leaning bush.
courage, wisdom, and also, for some reason, but
Somebody is very not good at writing things.
Yes.
But it seems that you are very full of spirit.
Why are we in my office?
As a team, I am going to need for you to recite for me the legendary song with which to open the door of time.
Yeah, why does he have no eyebrows?
What? My office. Claim your reward.
Do we win?
You won!
Lyric, wait!
50 points to wisdom!
Now get out of my office!
Get in here, Fran! Get in here.
I'm just a cameraman, guys.
Get in here.
let us hug the camera. Let us hug the camera.
We're gonna hug the grand. Hug the grand. We're gonna hug the grand.
Did somebody already win? I heard cheering.
All of them?
Okay, where were the gowns of future?
Yes.
The gowns of the future, clothing that you need to wear, the laundry room.
We were there.
Did you look on top of the soap dispenser?
Oh my god.
So Stark.
Okay.
So Stark praise, where the naked people praise the fish.
We looked both of those places.
Oh, but did you look? Come with me.
Those places.
Oh my, did you see it?
It's right there.
Oh, right there.
Oh my god. We should have found that.
We looked both of those places.
Where is it?
I'm so mad. We were looking like all through there.
Hey, we found it.
I should have saw that when I walked by it. We both did.
So you're taking full blame for this loss?
I am taking full
Are you taking
responsibility
full responsibility for this loss?
for not finding this one.
Full responsibility?
Now hold on.
Full responsibility?
There you go, everyone. Another exciting hype video. I hope you all enjoyed that one. That was a joy to edit. It was an interesting one to edit. It was crazy, and it was a lot of fun, and there was a lot of moments that I wish I could just break down piece by piece the pieces I love, from Team Courage hearing a clue that involves where the Stark prays, to going to Tony Stark and the forest, and wondering if there's a forest in our hotel, to Liz obviously knowing the clue. Like she was like, Stark naked, there's the fish, it's here. And that was so good. It was so good. And Ganon, you had a line in that where you were a line where you were just like, the laundry room, and this was Team Power, and you were like, okay, I know exactly what I need to do. And there was like the laundry room. You're like, I need to find that because I need to go do laundry. And Team Power went to the laundry room but didn't find.
We didn't find it. No, I'm so like, I remember this too because we were in each of the spots. We looked in each of the spots where there was the stones, and we only found one of them. Yeah. Like,
which
I have no one to blame.
I fully
but
admit
myself.
that the easiest one to find was in the business center. Although it did take you getting how'd you get in that one? Like who brought you there?
I don't remember.
Was it Andy? I think it was
maybe.
Andy. Yeah. And Mojo, you were mentioned twice in that video. Were you listening to it at all?
I'll have to watch the VOD. No, I was watching it on mute and then just talking Ganon's ear off.
Well, the one I remember was one of the clues was the gowns of the future, where the gowns of the future are prepared, and it was like gowns, like clothing. Has anybody seen anybody knitting? And Andy's like, the only person I've seen knitting is Mojo, and she's been everywhere. And I love that. And I'm like, yeah, that's not a good one. That's not a good way. That's not a good way to track down Mojo or a clue. I would not. I just attach it to Mojo.
Mental notes.
So please watch that video if you haven't, and everybody at home, pass it along. It's up on YouTube now. Anyways, let's dive right into questions from the audience, and I'm going to cut them off in like 2 minutes. So if you have anything you want in, get them in right now, because I only want to make sure we don't go run over too much tonight. Samantha Natalie asks, for Mojo, what was your favorite cosplay you did at a marathon?
It's like making me choose my favorite child.
Wait, Mojo, who is your favorite child?
Clearly Doug.
Oh, okay.
My favorite one, I think, to wear was that first one of Wild, the Breath of the Wild hoodie one, even though I didn't make that. And then my favorite one to construct is probably the first one that I thought of, which was the Zelda from Wand of Gamelon. The purple skirt and the vest, and because that one I came up with back when I thought Noah Schrader was going to play the game at the following marathon, and I would send him pictures of stacks of folded laundry. Like, do you know what this is? Like, do you see how excited I am about your game? And now it's OC's game. So,
and next question we have is from Ganon11. Ganon11, what is your favorite moose and why?
Samus, because she is a cool superhero who don't afraid of anything.
Perfect. Tylenos asks, for everyone, if you could pick one Zeldathoner and race them at a Zelda game
pick up
neither of you are good at, who would you pick and what game? So you have to choose a Zeldathon team member and a game that they are not good at. So Ganon11, would you like to start us off?
So first of all, I have to think of a Zelda game that I'm not particularly good at.
Humble.
Which I guess would be like the original Zelda and Zelda 2, and probably Phantom Hourglass. And then to pick someone to race me, I don't know, because when I think of those games, I think of the people who play them, and the people who play them are darn good at those games. So I wouldn't want to play against any of them because I'd lose.
Race me, because I can't play any of them.
All right, let's go, Mojo. You and me race behind the scenes at Zeldathon Mission at a game of your choosing.
Tingle's Balloon Trip of Love.
Oh boy.
No, don't do it. Say no. Say no to Tingle. It's a drug you don't want to start.
I think that might be that. I think the Tingle games I might be able to play because even Zelda's Adventure is like 2 buttons and the D-pad, and even that is so beyond my capabilities. The only time that I have ever raced, I won, and it was when I beat OC. I made a hat faster than he could beat a game.
But if you had to play a game, what would you choose, Mojo?
I want to play a game, and I don't know if TB is here, but I would love to be on the team and play Four Swords. Ooh. So, but no pressure there. Just letting you know that.
Personally, I'm not sure what I would like. So if I had to choose a Zelda game that I'm not good at, first of all, that limits the options a bit. I've played them all a few times.
Not bragging, just being honest.
No, I am being honest here. Like I know like at least the basic structure of most Zelda games. But except I think like I know how to do Breath of the Wild, but I don't know like the most efficient ways to beat Breath of the Wild yet because it's so recent and I've only done one casual playthrough of it, and because I'm waiting for my second playthrough for every Zelda 100%. So I'd say that, and I'd want to pick someone fun to race against at that. I'm going to shout out Kale Demos Junie for this one because I think that'd be fun. I doubt they're listening, but if they are, hello, race me. Let's see. Next we have Cations. How often will missions happen during mission? A great question. They happen randomly. I have a schedule though. Like they're randomly for the audience, not random for me behind the scenes. And expect one at least every 3 hours. We want to have a lot of them, but we don't want them to crowd everything. And they only last 5 minutes. So we don't want them to like distract from the Zeldathon experience. So thank you for the question. Natsu asks, Ganon, why aren't you wearing red? MC and Mojo are, but you aren't.
I don't understand the question.
I think Natsu, you just got outplayed. Next question is from Herb 657467, zip code here. Asks Mojo, even though I asked in person, how many cosplays per mission are you playing? Do you have a number you can give us?
I don't have a number because for Wild, there was a cosplay that I came up with in like 10 minutes and I did 10 days before the marathon and like added it to the list. So I don't know. We've got 41 days. I could come up with more pretty easily.
So the answer is infinity currently. It's Schrodinger's cosplay. It could be every cosplay or no cosplays or some in between.
Until we observe it, there's no way of knowing.
So it's like Schrodinger, I guess, then in that way.
Yeah.
I had 14 special outfits over the course of Wild. I don't know that it's going to go to that extent. How's that? I don't know. And also, I'm not the only person I'm costuming. So it depends on if you count what I wear, what is repeats, and then, do you count my onesie? Do you count my... my onesie is also a cosplay. Is that a double?
Right.
You'll just have to see. And it starts on a Wednesday, right?
It should, yeah.
Fabulous.
Let's see here. I gotta get a onesie. I'm working on it. I have an idea. I have an idea. I have a big idea right now, and it just sparked in my brain. You guys aren't ready for this.
Write it down.
Write it down.
I don't need to write it down. I've already brain committed it, which doesn't exist. I'll forget. Anyways, question from Psych. My name is Carter, and I'm looking to start streaming at some point in the near future. I was looking more into Kinstone, and I have to wonder if Secret Sounds will be a thing in the final release to the public. So, Kinstone, for those who aren't familiar, is not only the company and production that like runs Zeldathon, but it is also the name of the upcoming donation platform we are developing. And you can find out more about that by going to kinstone.io. There's an email sign up for you there.
Plug.
Yeah, I'm totally plugging it because everybody's working hard on it.
No shame.
I signed up for it immediately. I'm super in.
And
awesome.
What was I going to say? The question was, Secret Sounds are probably not a initial release type of thing because our focus isn't about building like a notifier like what we have. Like the Secret Sounds at Zeldathon are built into the notifier, which is separate from the actual donation page. So how it works is when you send a donation of $11.11, it's not Kinstone, that program that says, all right, play the song. It's we're getting that information from the donation into our separate program, the Dungeon Notifier, and that's what says, oh, a donation of $11.11. Well, in that case, Link needs to come out and he needs to hold up Jiggy's face and he needs to say, that's awesome. And so that's how it works. So right now the answer is not really, but we are working on stuff. More on that later.
That's the kind of tech stuff that I eat up. So I'm a computer scientist. So I'm like, ooh, the Kinstone design. I want to know how it works.
You want to know how it works? Go talk to Grant. He'll talk at you for a while.
Someday I will. Yeah.
He's a good boy, and he'll tell you everything.
Grant is
13 out of 10.
They're good devs, Brent.
Wait, what's that a reference to?
The dog rates Twitter.
I see. That's very interesting. Let's see. Leylite asks, if you were to only use one weapon in Breath of the Wild, what would you use? Mojo, how is your Breath of the Wild lore knowledge here on this one?
The mop?
The mop. I was hoping you would say the mop, because I'm leaning towards the mop as well.
I don't know if that's an opening for me to answer the question.
Yes, it
but
is.
The big. So I was a big fan of two-handers, and I like big numbers. So the Savage Crushers from the hardest Lionels you can kill, those all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go around and kill Lionels just so I could get those.
I mean, so if I put aside the mop, which I understand is the best weapon, I do really enjoy just the one-handed swords personally. I don't know. I'm a Zelda purist in that. The one-handed swords were satisfying.
Classic.
I did like. I think my favorite was the Guardian, the one-handed Guardian swords. Those were good.
I mean, I guess the Bokoblin or the Zeldathon arm, if you're looking for a one-handed weapon.
That is a one-handed weapon. You are correct.
Yeah.
You outplayed this entire
on point.
question. We're good at outplaying questions today. Michi
Hi,
asks,
Michi.
Ganon11, you find out that you're going to be a guest on the legendary Zeldathon show. Were you nervous the entire day today?
Hashtag honesty, yes. So I mean, I've actually also been an amateur actor for years, and it doesn't matter how many times I rehearse. It doesn't matter, I'm always nervous. And it's not just the first night. I'm nervous every time there's any kind of production. So MC, sent me a message sometime
at
early this morning.
2:30?
Yeah,
2:30
you got the
2:30
in the morning. MC, oops, I forgot to play in the Zeldathon show. I'm really bad at running the Zeldathon show, by the way. Other people used to run these nitty gritty things for me. I'm good at hosting. I'm bad at preparedness. I got other things.
I replied back, and then I was like, "Oh gosh, he must be sleeping." Oh
no!
Well, I was sleeping. Okay,
I'm never sleeping. This is the truth.
But yeah, I was nervous.
I woke up.
I was at work all day, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get home, then I'm gonna be on the Zeldathon show, and be interviewed. What am I gonna say?" And it's fine now. Of course, it's fine.
The cool thing about interviews about things like Zeldathon is all you have to do is say the truth. Like, what happened?
It's true. You did have me swear in to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah. The next question we have is from Valor6 asking, all right, so what are your philosophical thoughts on the future of the world and the society we live in? Ganon11. No, I'm just kidding. That's not an actual question.
Okay, good.
But it does weigh heavily on my mind.
No, you gave me that awful question of if there was a fire and you had 5 minutes and I couldn't rescue my family. I had to pick which physical objects in my house last time. It's a terrible question.
You can't rescue your family, but you got to rescue a physical object?
Yeah, what physical objects would I take with me? And I said, nothing in my house matters more than my family. And that was not a good enough answer.
I don't have an answer for that either. I guess I think I said my computer, and I think it has to be on computers because the wealth of knowledge within it is pretty important to people other than myself. So that's me thinking about others by thinking about myself. Anyways, let's see. Herb says, Mojo, what Gus cosplay do we have planned? Anything for Gus coming up?
I can't tell you that.
Secrets.
I can't tell you that.
Secrets.
We got secrets coming up.
Yeah.
Just Conic asks, I'm sorry, we got to go in the lightning round. We're running out of time here. What is your favorite Zeldathon tee? So favorite Yeti t-shirt from Zeldathon.
I like the tee that's in the word Zeldathon. Comes right there in the middle. That's my favorite tee.
You can't outplay this question, Ganon. Think of an actual answer. I'm rejecting your outplay here.
Ganon's Castle.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have that one on anymore.
No, not anymore. What you're wearing currently, Mojo, is it's top 5 for sure.
Yeah, Carrie Fry rocked the loft wing. Well, I don't know if I can choose a favorite, but one of the things I really liked, and this is a thing I don't know if I've talked about on stream before, is Rosie made a shirt for Zeldathon Cures, which was Link being all cool with the bow and about to shoot it, and it's wonderful. And this is what I have to call what everybody thought Breath of the Wild was going to be. And then our friend Rain made a shirt for Zeldathon Wild, which was the same color with the same navy blue and then a similar style, which was Link shirtless carrying fruits while shield surfing with sunglasses on, which is what I like to call what Breath of the Wild actually ended up being. And so this was a subtle sequel shirt, which I don't know if I've told that story before. So I like that continuity that I don't think we've talked about before.
This one's my favorite. Hang on. Can you get where they can see you? I'm a Drew Eyes fan.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Over there?
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you to your wonderful model for today. You did a wonderful job.
Thank you for quite spontaneous modeling. Thank you for letting us borrow your pectorals.
And thank you very much. You know, I think that all Zeldathon shirts are good. I couldn't choose a least favorite, I can tell you that much, but I think we've had a nice collection. And a little secret, I've been working on the new Yeti shirts for winter, and we got some pretty good ones. We got some from the Oracle games. We got some from Twilight Princess. We got a Zeldathon specific shirt. We have another meme shirt. I got a really good meme shirt. This one's a personal SuperMCGamer production, so you'll get more of that soon.
That's very exciting.
Stay tuned, everyone.
Japanese character asks, any pre-marathon special fundraising in the works? I don't know. Are you two planning on anything in particular?
Yeah, I was going to do a hype stream.
Mm-hmm.
There are lots of Swedes, but the near and dear to my heart, OC is going to be here, so we're probably going to do a co-op of some sort. They did 2P1C and got the world record in Zelda's Adventure, him and Doug, last time as a pre-stream hype thing, and so we'll figure something out.
Cool. Ganon, you playing anything?
I'm going to find some way to shoehorn Metroid into it, so I'll probably do some sort of like mini Metroid marathon raising for Zeldathon.
Fantastic.
And I do have stuff in the works, and as usual, there will be a donation launch stream. I think donations might launch before the stream actually goes live, because in the past we've had issues where we launched donations and immediately had to fix all the issues that came about from launching donations. So this time we're planning it out that the donation launch stream will happen after donations launch. So I might stream donations launch, but it won't be the event. But more on that next week, I think. I think next week's Zeldathon show should have like full. Wait, what's? Oh,
the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I'm going to be here next week. I'll let you all know if there's a Zeldathon show.
Stay tuned. See at Zeldathons on Twitter for more details.
Correct. Yes. Yes, you'll hear more info on that soon. Psych asks, what is the best way to become someone the community recognizes, the Zeldathon team recognizes as well? Do you have any tips or things we can do if we focus on? And I believe the general idea is don't make your end goal coming to Zeldathon at all ever. Like don't make your end goal I need to impress this person. Just hang out, be cool. If you come to a convention, hang out with us and be cool. Just be mature, have fun, and if you're in part of the Zeldathon community, one way that people get recognized as they contribute, whether it be talents of artwork or writing or video editing. The more on that soon. We have a community member that recently came to me with some video editing stuff. But yeah, no, just hang out and have a good time. Do you guys agree with that, Mojo, again?
This is a community and we interact with one another. I was mentioning in the break that one of the things I like the best about Zeldathon is just how much chat interaction is happening, how much the people on the couch are actually really invested in the people who are watching from home. So just being one of those people, whether it's in the streams that we have on our personal channels, whether it's interacting with it Twitter, whether it's interacting with the Zeldathon Facebook page, be here, be a part of the family. That's how your name becomes more memorable. It's like, oh yeah, Psych was remember when we were doing that thing, and then we erupted into this huge in-joke, and yeah, Psych was there. I was there, you were there. Tweet at us.
Yes, please tweet at us. We need the Twitter analytics to get a boost. All right, guys. Community, I appealed. I'm just kidding. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add to that.
Make silly photoshops of Zeldathoners.
Please do. Those are the greatest. I love.
Yeah, send in fan art. Oh my goodness, please. Come and join the Discord. Somebody put the link for that into the chat. Yeah. We're all humans. I think that we're all humans, I would assume.
For the most part.
Absolutely. I'm a pig man.
Ganon's a pig man.
Like I said.
Now the next question is for Ganon, from Eric's asking, Ganon, is that a oven or a washing machine behind you? And I'm gonna make my bets. I believe that is a washing machine dryer combo.
It's a vertical washer dryer.
Correct. You guys are correct. It is not an oven. The oven is further into that room. That room also serves as my kitchen.
Next question is not a question about that you can really answer unless you know. It's kind of a trivia question because I don't know if it exists. Have we, as humankind, invented a washer-dryer combo that like washes your clothes and then drops it into the dryer section for you? Or is like what?
Patent this idea.
No. Semicolon. There are machines that do both. There's a machine that is a washing machine, and then whenever it empties out, it spins really hard and blows the warm air in. So it is a washer and dryer simultaneously.
Why isn't every washer and dryer like this?
Because it's really small. It's for houseboats. Also, there are manual ones. Did you know that there's a manual washing machine?
Okay, I don't want to hear about a manual washing machine. That's not what we're talking about.
There's also manual dryers called the
Mojo, not.
Well, if you want to wash 4 items at a time and then have them dry also in the same box, and you want to fit it underneath the dashboard of your houseboat, then yes.
Let's stop. Wait, hold on. We got something coming in from HomeDepot.com. From the chat.
That is a big lady.
That is a big lady.
I got it all. Don't worry. I lassoed it. All-in-one washer and electric ventless dryer. Holy smokes!
That looks normal size.
Hey,
that's a big price tag though.
4.3 cubic feet. 4.3 cubic feet.
Okay, look up at like a regular washer and dryer and see. That's the internal, like the functional internal cubic feet, though.
Yeah.
It's not like the actual.
Yeah.
The box, the external dimensions of this shipping box and the internal dimensions make it such that I can't actually fit an entire scarf into this. Yeah.
Well, see, I'm happy about this because, like, why hasn't this existed before? Like, why is it taking us this long as humankind? Okay, I'm done being angry about this. Just Conix asks, Mojo, out of everything you've knitted, what is your favorite?
You're asking me to pick between my children. This is not a fair question.
I like this thing that you knitted.
Thank you. The first piece of lace that I knitted, I made this huge white lace shawl for my mother, and I remember distinctly that I was making it when I met Falchion, and we had that classic conversation where I had gotten really frustrated with it and had decided that I was done knitting for a little bit, and so the yarn had to go in timeout, like overhand into the corner, and he goes, "Do you knit to relax?" And I was like, "I'm very relaxed." But it turned out beautiful, and I was really, really proud of myself, and I've knitted lace since then. But I knitted a sweater for my newborn baby, and it was
that's important.
Cables and beautiful, and I'm super proud of that. And I think the next time I knit him a sweater, I'm going to use the exact same cable patterns. The yarn is right here. That's his Christmas present. The yarn exists, and I almost have the pattern designed in my head. So, also have to knit that and Melon Cats. So.
Mojo, always keeping busy. Ganon11, I hope you've enjoyed your time here today. Thank you for continuing to be the villain that we deserve.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
We are at the end of the show, so thank you, Mojo. Thank you, Ganon. I very much appreciate having you on the show, and thank you for answering all the questions. And trying to trump all the questions with your own better questions and ideas. with the Zeldathon T one was the one that went over top. I was mad at you, Ganon. I was not mad at you. I was never
Cross the line.
I'm never mad at you.
That's what I do. I'm the villain.
All right, so bye, Mojo. Bye, Ganon11. Have a good
evening. Night, everyone. See you at Mission if we don't see you sooner.
There will be no more Ganon11 tonight.
Perfect. All right, and there they go. They're off they go. Very good. And I hope you guys all enjoyed. Yeah, it was a good show. Awesome show, as always. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed Race for the Master Sword. Again, if you haven't seen Race for the Master Sword, please, for the love of gosh, go watch it. Go watch it. It was a great video, and it is live up on my YouTube now. I'm sure the Zeldathon Twitter will tweet it soon. But good, very good. That's all from me tonight. And I will be live tomorrow. I should be live here on my Twitch channel and I'll be playing probably Phantom Hourglass. So look forward to that. Wait, stop the outro. I'm not forgetting this time. To say thank you to the subscribers. I forgot last time, but I'm not going to forget this time. Thank you to Natsu for the 18 months. OC for the 4 years, 48 months. Knight of Hylia for the 26 months. Wolfmane for a brand new sub. I appreciate that very much, and I hope you enjoy the emotes. Monica for 23 months, almost at the full 24. Mike Boyens also with a brand new sub. Also appreciated. Valor 6 for 23 months. Also, again, almost at the 2 years. Michi for 5 months. Ron Solo for 11. And Nightsur just now with 37. So thank you very much. And I apologize that I almost forgot about saying thank you. I'm very appreciated. It keeps the channel running. I got my Twitch payday just the other day. I tell you what, that went right into the bank account to fund things for this upcoming Zeldathon. So very much appreciated. Now the outro is playing. I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.